Well, folks, today we've got a great new episode of the Uncle Ben podcast for you. As long as you are a paying subscriber. If you are affected by chronic poverty, on the other hand, you will be able to enjoy only part of my sexy supersonic knowledge spitting after this ad. You wake up in the morning and feel like you'd rather dig your own grave than eating another depressing bowl of cereals? It's time to give your breakfast a shake with the delicious huevos rancheros of Pepe El Cabron. Eggs, onions, garlic, fresh tomatoes, creamy avocado, crowned by a generous portion of beans. It's just the perfect way to start your day. But Ben, isn't huevos rancheros a Mexican dish, you might ask? And the answer is yes. Pepe El Cabron got his secret recipe from his abuelita on her dying bed and crossed the border with a dream, bringing to the American people a little taste of his childhood. Good news is you don't need to be a Mexican, a cowboy, or a horse to enjoy some delicious huevos rancheros. Once you fart your way out of the first dish, you'll never go back. Join Pepe El Cabron Hacienda and get your huevos rancheros delivered fresh to your door every morning. Use the code Uncle Huevos at Cash Out for a 20% discount. Uncle Huevos at Cash Out for a 20% discount. All right, folks, so today we are talking about Pride Month. I know many of you tuned in to hear my take on the current status of Lucasfilms, but since you didn't bother subscribing to a premium account, you'll get the Pride Month talk instead. So Pride Month, American corporations' favorite time of the year, has come. Some Armenian American parents in Glendale protested the celebration of Pride Month in their kids' school, and this is how it ended. Disorder! Disorder! One of our premium members is calling in now to discuss the issue with me. See, this is the level of perks you get with your premium membership. So calling in now is Jimmy from Albuquerque. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome to the Uncle Ben podcast.
Hey, Uncle Ben. Jimmy here. Big fan of the show. Thank you for having me.
So, Jimmy, I'm reading here you are a lawyer and you have a personal story that relates to the issue.
Yeah, I definitely do. I have an older brother, Chuck. Fantastic lawyer, greatest man I've ever met, but he doesn't respect me very much. You know that the law business is a pretty uptight environment.
Oh, I definitely know something about that.
There is not much room for, let's say, understanding. I never felt like I could be really myself in that environment. And the thing was driving me nuts until one day I told myself, you know what? It's the 21st century. Society needs to move on and be more accepting. So I decided to let my true self out and be proud of it. I changed my name, started wearing something more comfortable and colorful, something that really represented me and not the expectation that everyone had of me. You know what I mean?
Good for you, Jimmy. Hey, I'm definitely of the opinion that everyone has the right to live their own life as they see fit.
My brother, instead of being supportive of my choice, only had bad things to say and tried to make me lose my job multiple times.
That's very unfortunate. Sounds like your brother's opinion matters a lot to you. Well, we reached out to your brother Jimmy, and he is now joining us to see if we can find a common ground. Welcome, Chuck. Charles, which one do you prefer?
Hello, Mr. Shapiro. You can call me Chuck. Thank you for having me.
Please just call me Ben. So did you hear what your brother had to say?
Yeah, I heard what he said. My brother has the habit of playing the victim and being overdramatic. Of course, I was against his choices. He is making a mockery of the law and the American judicial system, a system I devoted my life to.
Really, Chuck? A mockery? What did I do so wrong? I'm a great lawyer, and I provide the best legal defense I can offer to people that the almighty Charles McGill and his prestigious firm would never represent.
Sounds like there is a lot of hard feelings between you two. Chuck, why do you feel like Jimmy is making a mockery of the judicial system? I'm definitely understanding of extremely conservative opinions, but quite frankly, it seems a bit too much.
This has nothing to do with being conservative, Ben. Look, there's a lot you don't know about my brother, and this kind of buffoonery is just the tip of the iceberg. He got his law degree from University of American Samoa, an online course. He always tries to cut corners, never takes anything seriously. He defecated through a sunroof.
I definitely didn't see that coming. I can understand if you don't consider him a good lawyer, but trying to get him fired multiple times because he likes to dress like a woman is not fair, especially for someone who deeply respects the law like you seem to.
Dress like a woman? What the hell are you talking about? Jimmy, what is he talking about? Is this another chicanery?
I think there might have been a small misunderstanding here.
This episode of the podcast is about Pride Month. Jimmy called in to talk about his experience of discrimination since he decided to live his life as a drag queen.
A drag queen?
What a sick joke.
What kind of a degenerate talks about this stuff on the radio? My brother is capable of anything for a quick buck, but I thought you were a serious journalist. Mr. Shapiro, shame on you.
I'm sorry, Chuck, but it's time for our next sponsor now.
Sponsor? What sponsor?
Ah, that would be me, buddy. Saul Goodman, attorney at law. Do you feel discriminated at work, at your gym, book club, church, or other religious institution? Does your employer not recognize your gender, race, ethnic origin, sexual orientation, or weight? Do you have to argue with angry parents' mobs every time you want to dress up like a woman to read stories to their children in a public school? It doesn't matter if it's a physical assault or a microaggression. We will find the ground for a lawsuit and get you reparation for a reasonable price. And this Pride Month, we are adding a free hate crime to every lawsuit for members of the 2 SLGBTQIA plus community. Call 505-503-4455 now. When the haters start hating, better call Saul.
What just happened?